take a seat, take a breath, go ahead and let go of anything else you don't need. Get your intuition on. Grab a notebook if you want to have it nearby. It is our mission here at Spiritual Society to create amazing spiritual content like tarot readings to help you live your most aligned life. Now, I'd like for you to take a breath and see which of these two crystals you feel called to. We have Tiger's Eye and we have Blue Lace Agate. So we have Tiger's Eye over here as card 1 or as pile 1, and our crystal 2 is Blue Lace Agate. Tiger's Eye and Blue Lace Agate. Go ahead and make your choice now. Hello, my Tiger's Eye. Let's get going. I'm excited to dive in. So the first thing I want to take a look is, I just want to take a look at his thoughts versus his feelings. That is the whole premise of this reading. So we're really taking a look at his energy. Really get this person in your mind, get them in your body. How do they walk? How do they talk? How do they move in the world? I'm taking a look at their thoughts right now, pulling some cards for their thoughts. Let yourself really see them, see the facial expressions that run across their face. And now I'm pulling out some cards to do with their feelings. So take a moment, see any emotion, maybe any emotion you've noticed before. Let it all just pop up for you. Okay, I'm pulling all of these from our gold deck. And this is what we have right now. So on our thoughts side, we have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Wands reversed. We have the Ten of Cups reversed. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. And then on the feeling side, we have the Five of Wands. We have the Seven of Cups. Oops, I don't know where I'm showing that to. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the 10, another 10. So this is our second reversed 10 card. So 10s are cards of completion. The 10 of Pentacles reversed. And we have the King of Cups reversed. Very interesting stuff popping up here. So let's get started over here with his thoughts. So right away in his thought space, I'm seeing some really interesting stuff between the two. So with the Seven of Wands reversed, I'm feeling like this person, they don't feel like they're holding their ground. They feel like they're slipping through your fingers, that you in some way are maybe losing interest, that maybe you have, that you've been lost to them in some way, that they haven't maintained a certain standing in your eyes, that they haven't been able to maintain the place that they felt like they had gotten with you. Now, this could be a person you haven't talked to in a long time, and maybe that's why they feel you moving away. Or maybe this is somebody you're actively seeing. But either way, they feel you slipping away. They feel like, whether that's true or not, they feel like some part of you, this is, thought process in their thought space. So this isn't really heart space that we're talking about. But their thought process is that they have to do something to maintain you, to maintain your feelings towards them, that they're not holding their ground with you. Now, they're also thinking about trying to give you a message. So if this is a person you haven't talked to in a long time, then they're thinking about reaching out. If this is a person that you are currently actively seeing, then this is someone that that's really considering taking things to a new space, or really trying to broach something that feels important with you. They want to communicate, they want to reach out, they want to have a message. It feels like an important message of high value, that they really want to deliver some message to you and really convey something to you. Now, in our thought space, we have the Ten of Cups reversed. So there's a sort of cerebral part of them, or mental part of them, that feels like that, that this might never be able to be its fullest expression of itself. This might never get to be all of the feelings and emotions that they want to have. It feels like things might not come to completion, that things might not be able to come together. All of the heart space they want to have, and all of the heart space that they feel you want to have, just might not be possible here, that there's something that feels like it's slipping away from them. So there's some sort of this mental space of them that feels like maybe you aren't in alignment for this really moving into it being everything. But their thought space also has you in a space that is in very high regard. They think very highly of you. They think you're beautiful. They think you're physically beautiful. You are attractive. What you do in this world is mesmerizing to them. There is something about the way you move and the way you walk and the way you talk and the way you style yourself and the way you hold yourself in the world. All of those physical aspects of you are very captivating to them, and they find it very beautiful, like decadent even, that it's an overwhelming amount to be found in you, that you really are someone that just really captures them. Now, when we're getting into their emotions, there are some conflicting emotions going on. There does feel like there's this frenetic sort of fight going on within them. There's a chaos over how they feel. The feelings go back and forth and back and forth, and there is this kind of tumultuous energy underneath it all, which you probably feel. We're back in our cups territory. We have a lot of cups territory going on. I feel like there's a lot of emotions and feelings in this person about you in general. This is a very emotion-filled space. So we're back in our cups territory, and I'm feeling like this person, we're in the feelings. This is a person who really, I feel like they must go hot and cold a bit, because I think they really go to the extremes of, this sort of one space. And some of this really just has to do with their imaginings, that they're really sort of like creating a lot of emotion in their head and in their mind over things you might not have a lot of control over, which I think would be very frustrating for you. That out of nowhere you're getting a lot of emotion about this, or you're getting a lot of emotion about that, and it feels like it's out of your control. It's not something you actually did. It's something they connected to something else. It's something they imagined out into a bigger scenario. They made it more dramatic than it needed to be. But it goes both ways. So it goes both with positive things and with negative things. That this person's feelings are kind of almost removed from reality a bit, that they're not completely based in what's going on in the moment and what's actually going on with you, which I do, even just saying that out loud feels frustrating to me. That feels it never feels good to feel like you aren't the one that is actually in control, or that you have the actual power in your hands. Now we have the 10 of Pentacles reversed as well. So this was the second 10 reversed that we pulled, and this was in the feeling space. So I do feel like this person has a little bit of a gloom to them. They have a little bit of there might be a pessimistic streak to this person, where they just feel like, I just don't know if I can ever have this. I don't know. Like, their feelings and their thoughts both run towards sort of a disbelief, that they don't really know that they can have it, that they're worthy of it, that it even exists, that it's something that you can have together, that you're going to have enough feelings for each other to make that happen. But it feels like there's a lot of pessimism and pessimistic thoughts just sort of accruing for them, whether they really communicate it to you. But I would think you would probably very much feel that, and you would probably hear it communicated to you. Now we also have the King of Cups reversed. So I don't feel like this person is in their full feelings. So I feel like they do have a real capacity for a depth of feeling and emotion. So they do actually house a real ability to unleash and let their feelings just tumble out to you. And that feels like, anticipating your needs, understanding who you are, wanting to know who you are, understanding your feelings, letting themselves speak their feeling truth, like being able to say how much they care about you, a depth of love, a depth of real emotion and feeling, and working in an almost intuitive way with that as well. And I'm feeling like you're not really getting more than the tip of the iceberg with this. Like, you're not really getting the full scoop. You're not really seeing the fullness of who they can be. They're not letting themselves fully expand into who they really are capable of being. So they, as a human being, have a lot of potential for love, for deep love, but they're not letting themselves tap it. And I think some of this disbelief, some of these things are just sort of coming up and biting at them. and these conflicting feelings in their imagination. It's really holding them back, which I think is probably keeping the two of you from fully getting to experience what you could possibly be. Or if it were something from the past that you wanted to be back with, then, really, really letting it come together. I want to pull some more cards. I'm interested in pulling some more cards. So first of all, I'd like to pull from our clarifying deck. So I'm going to pull from my white deck, and I want to just get a little bit of clarity. I love these cards for getting some extra clarity. So I would like to know a little bit more. I would like to know a little bit more about this. Is this something that you should hold on to mentally, emotionally? Is this something that would be, that little pessimism that's coming up? I don't like the feeling of that. Is that something that's going to be too hard to work around? Obviously, they still really care about you. There's a lot of feelings and emotions popping up here, but they have a lot of baggage to work through. And what does that look like for you? What is the potential of this connection? Ooh, we get something sort of pop out to us too. All right, here we go. So these were the answers that we got. Now, here we are. I pulled 4 reverse cards and 2 upright cards popped out at us. So we have the Queen of Wands reversed. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. We have the Hanged Man reversed. And we have the 5 of Cups reversed. And then popping out to us, we had the 10 of Cups upright. And we had the 8 of Cups upright. This is interesting. I am very interested by this. So the first thing I'm seeing here is that you're not able to be in your fullest potential. So the way that this stands right now, you need to get to a space where you are in your fullest potential, that you need to be able to be optimistic. This person is throwing a lot of pessimistic, like gray clouds over this. And maybe that's just part of their personality. That could just be part of, I'm not sure, but I know they have that possibility for this real depth, but they're not letting themselves release into that. And they're really holding back with these sort of pessimistic pieces. That 10 of Cups reversed and that 10 of Pentacles reversed. And then they have all the conflicting things. And it's really putting you in a space that you are not in your best space. Like, this is putting you in a space where you are not fully meeting your potential either, because it's throwing you off. It's taking you off balance. It's leaving you off kilter. It's not letting you feel good. I don't like that for you, but this also tells me that we need to find a space where you can turn that around regardless of what's going on here. If you really want this to be something that you can move forward with, you still have to be in your power. That has to happen. So regardless of what's going on with them and their gray skies and their conflicting things, you still need to be in your seat of power, which means that you're feeling lit up about life, you're feeling purposeful, you can feel your optimism. There's a lot of optimism that comes from our Queen of Wands. It is very fiery. It does run hot. It's wonderful. You need to find your way back to your power. The next thing that I'm seeing with the 5 of Pentacles reversed is that I'm feeling like there are some really good aspects of this connection that might really get into the physical world. Our pentacles do often get into the physical world. And that could be, physical touch, or that they're very attractive and you're very attractive and you feel very attractive with that. It could just really get into the physical things or physical comforts. They make a lot of money and they feel very safe. But this card is sort of coming up and saying, whatever is being handed to you in the physical sense, don't rely on that to be enough. In the physical aspects of everything, you can have it all. You don't have to say, oh, well, I'm going to have to compromise, so I'll take the physical over the emotional. You deserve King of Cups upright. You deserve the emotional too. So don't let yourself fall into that's not going to be enough for you. So you can just sort of let go of any thoughts that might pop up like that. We have the Hanged Man reversed as well. So I feel like there might be an impulsiveness that's coming in either from them or from you. Could be from both of you. You could both be sort of jumping in, jumping out, sort of frenetic energy. But there's some sort of impulsiveness, an unwillingness to be patient, to wait, to let a bigger perspective come along and take it from a bigger perspective. Now we also have the Five of Cups reversed. So I do think in a way this could be for you and this could be for them. Again, this could be for both of you. Very much like our Hangman reverse, I feel like this could be in both of your energies. Where I think there might be a part of you that is letting yourself be distracted from previous heartbreak, so that a part of the function of this connection right here, right now, that I'm looking at is as a distraction, that you don't have to think about what you've lost in the past, that you don't have to, there's something else that you lost. It was very painful and heartbreaking that you just don't want to deal with, and that they don't want to deal with, if it's for both of you. That part of the function of this is to help you to distract from that you're able to focus on something else. Now, what jumped out to us at the end are two upright cards. We have the Ten of Cups, and I love this popping up at the end because I feel like this is saying we pulled our Ten of Cups reversed in their energy and their thought space, and I feel like this is coming up and saying you can have it all. There might be some disbelief from this person that exists, that all of it is available, that it's even a potential as a human here on earth. You can. There is unbelievable abundance that is available to you. There is an incredible wealth available to you. There is an overflow of these cups available to you. There is something extraordinary available to you. And it could be with this person. This could lie here. But regardless, you don't have to let fear be a factor in any of your decision making or any of your feelings, because there's no fear needed. You really have the potential for it all to come to you. Now, we have the Eight of Cups as well popping up here upright. Now, the Eight of Cups is a moving on card from old heart space. And I feel like this card is telling us, hey, whatever it was that you needed to ignore so much, that hurt so deeply, that you needed to distract yourself so much, and perhaps you're accepting things from this person that you would not normally accept, because it's serving another purpose. It's serving the purpose of a distraction from another heartbreak, that you might need to go back and handle the original heartbreak, to really let yourself fully walk away from what it was that caused you so much heartbreak in the first place, the heart space that was there in the first place. That there's now a moment that's saying, okay, it's time to deal with that. It's time to let yourself actually move on from that. See whatever you need to see. Look at it objectively if you do. Have a grief party. Let yourself cry about it if you need to. Let yourself be alone with it for a moment to see what's actually really there, and let yourself handle it. Which I know is easy to say. That's very hard to do because some of those feelings are very big. And this is a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions. Whew. Okay, now I am moving into our old trusty deck. So we're moving into our old trusty deck, and I just want to see what our old trusty deck has to say about all of this. Because I'm getting a lot of messages, and I don't know. I want to look, honestly, let's take a look from the old trusty deck. Let's take this person out of the equation for a moment, and let's see what the future potential for you looks like. Just for love, for heart space, for soulmateship. And this is not, I'm not looking in this person's energy. This is just looking in your energy exclusively of what the potential for, we have something popping out to me already, for what your heart space, I'm feeling two more things. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling a lot of things. Okay, we're going a little too big, but this deck is a good deck, so we're gonna trust it. Okay, so we have the Magician. We have the King of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Hierophant. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the World. Oh my goodness. Well, don't we just? Oh my goodness. I love our old trusty deck, and I love the energy that is the potential energy for you. I wanted to look at this without this person's energy in it because I just really wanted you to know what can exist for you. That you don't have to be scared, you don't have to settle, you don't have to. Let's take a little of the fear out. Let's just see what the potential is that's in your field right now. So this is not some alternate reality where you get everything perfect and it's all like, oh, I've become the perfect version of myself and I never make mistakes. No, this is potential energy for you right now. So first of all, we pulled the Magician, which is a Master Manifestor card. You are so powerful. You are so powerful. You have so much power. You have so much ability within you that you don't even realize and that you're not fully tapping. Now, in this is a reminder to tap your tools, that you have a table full of tools in front of you and you must utilize them to get what it is you truly desire for yourself. But everything that you want for yourself is completely manifestable. You can manifest what it is you desire. It's time to take action using the tools you have at hand, using your emotions, using your thoughts, using the energy around you, using your firepower, your purpose, your passion, using the physical environment that you have around you, using every tool that you have at your disposal, really digging in and saying, I am focusing forward towards this thing and I'm going to utilize all of my tools towards this. And that's where I'm going, and using that energy to push yourself forward towards that. And I love this kind of Statue of Liberty like stance. It's like that one hand like held high. And I would not be opposed to you doing sort of a morning ritualistic stance, like reminder, I am magical. I am a magical manifesting, phenom. Look at me, hear me roar. Let's go off into the day. I would not be opposed to that. I'm not saying it's homework necessarily, but if you feel called to do it, I'd love to hear about it. We have the King of Wands, which was next. Now I love this. We pulled the Queen of Wands reversed for you, that in your current circumstance, you are not your fullest self. And this is telling us that there's a really good match for you. It could be this person, but no matter what, there's a very good match for you where it feels like you can be your fullest potential because that person is also being their fullest potential. And remember, for this person, we pulled the King of Cups reversed, that they are not in their fullest potential. That doesn't mean that they can't be, but right now they're not hitting it. We also have the Queen of Cups upright from our old trusty deck for you. So this is really telling me that there is, you really right now in this moment, there is a aspect that feels like you might be settling. And I'm not saying that means you have to move on or that you have to let it go. It just means that you might need to do a little tweaking, step into that Queen of Wands energy, and just being in that Queen of Wands energy, being your fullest expression of yourself that is in magical manifestor mode, just being in that space will set new boundaries for you and will sort of demand the same of everyone who's in your presence as well. That this is the kind of life we're holding here. This is the kind of energy that we're bringing to the table. So, here we are, you're going to show up, then, show up the right way. I love that we pulled this. This also tells me that you have the potential to truly be deeply in your feelings and to be truly deeply in your intuition. This is a very intuitive, very divine feminine, very heartfelt, tons of potential, the ocean worth of potential, that it runs deep and it runs good and true, and it's just it's all there, that there's so much feeling and emotion and such divine femininity available to you with your potential person. Now we also have the Hierophant. So I think that this is telling us that that learning and seeking and wanting to know is a part of your personality. That part of your personality is a seeker's mentality, that you want to know, you want to search out, you want to find, you want to feel drawn to new things. It's not about even reaching the destination that you are enlightened or that you have all the answers. It's just a curiosity, that you're curious, that you're moving towards. You just want to know more. You want to know more, and you have that seeker's mind, and that this potential love for you in the future really invites you to put those clothes on. Let your seeker's mind go. Let yourself be as open to seeking as you truly want to be, which might mean that you feel like you have to cover up that a little bit, or you have to hide that a little bit. Now we have the Seven of Swords here. And the Seven of Swords is, we get into the thought space, mind space, and this can be a bit of a thieving card. This could get into deceit and such. But what I'm really feeling here in this potential with all of these cards we've just pulled, with all of this energy, is that this potential future for you, this soulmateship, this love that exists in your energy right now, has the potential to really sort of make off with both of you. That it really becomes about this, that your thoughts are really absorbed by this person, by your interactions, by the connection. And this is for both of you, that you both have kind of stolen away with each other, that you really are taken into your own world. And we have the world right after that, which really makes me feel like you are your own little environment, your own little bubble, that you're in your own little space. And it's creating something that's very, just very unique to you, to the two of you, a very unique space, a very unique pairing. Now, what comes up with the world also is a big transition. So, really big transitions happen here. And this is joyful. This is wonderful. This is dancing through life. But there's a big before and after, this is before this person came in, and this is after. And everything changed. Everything was different, and things were never the same again. That kind of energy. Whew. Oh my goodness, these are some good answers. I love all of this. This makes me very happy. Let's go ahead. I want to pull two cards in our gold deck, which we started with their energy, thoughts, and feelings. And I just want to ask our cards if this person has the potential to have that kind of existence with you, this person we're asking about. This is a very direct question. So I want you to tap into your intuition about this. You follow your inner guidance system before deciding to, leave someone or sprint off. Okay, so we're asking if this person has the potential. We have the Six of Pentacles, first of all, which is telling me that there is potential here for the give and the take. That there has to be a new balance system. So if you can find a new balance system, I think the first catalyst for doing that, the first way to start doing that, is to find your way back to your Queen of Wands self. To really be lit up, be in your energy, be in your optimism. But if you can reset the balance on this and have this give and take, then you have the potential for a new path to open up. And then you really have to choose. There's the Two of Swords. So then it really is making a choice, setting out a choice for both of you, that, reset the balance system and then choose a path. Start walking down a path. Are you committed to what you're manifesting? Are you moving forward to manifest that no matter what? That could be the path that you choose. And if they're going to, be on this path with you, wonderful. If they are not going to do that give and take, and they need to stay in a kind of negative spiral, or if they need to stay in pessimism land, and not reach their fullest potential, then that person isn't the person for you. That's not the path for you. There is some decision making that has to go on with this person. Always dive into your intuition. Always dive into your deep inner guidance system, your inner knowing. I want to look in your energy really quickly. So what I'd like to do is just pop into our pink deck and see if there are any big blocks popping up for you. I just want to see if there are any big blocks popping up for you. If there's anything that we really need to know in your energy right now. For really this end space, these gorgeous cards we pulled with our old trusty deck, this incredible transition that could await you. Okay. Okay, so I'm looking in your energy and I was asking if there are any blocks as well. So we have the Eight of Wands. We have the World again, our second time pulling the World. And we have the Four of Wands. Such good energy. Looking in your energy and if there's anything that could block this, the first thing I'm seeing is that there is perhaps so the Eight of Wands is a card, a very fast-moving card. It is a card that says, hey, it's time to lean in and let the universe take over. You don't need to pick up the hammer here. This isn't about how hard you can swing and how hard you can muscle your way through it. You're going to be guided the entire way, and this is kind of a lean in and let things take over energy. That if you are in your power, if you are utilizing all of your magician tools, if you are in your Queen of Wands energy and you are moving forward in that direction, everything else will be a domino effect. Everything else will just act as a current pushing you forward. And all you have to do is lean into the current and it will take you where you want to go. So don't try to take over control and to control everything and everyone else. Let the things play out the way they need to play out. And that can be very, very hard, especially with Queen of Wands energy in you. That can be very hard because, it's saying if that means that someone disappears out, or if that means that, that you kind of have to let that happen. Now we have the World. And the World is telling me that, so this is that card of really this big transition that's available to you right now, the before and the after. And I think that there's a possibility that you might be afraid of this transition. You might be afraid of letting go of what came before. You might be afraid of transitioning into a new space. It might be really comfortable where you are, or it might be really uncomfortable, but it's really familiar. And there might be something very scary about this huge transition to a whole new life, even if it's stuff that you really want for yourself, even if it's actually the space that you want to be in. Now, the next thing coming up is the Four of Wands, which is like very much wedding vibes. It is celebratory. We call this the 11-11 card sometimes, the two wands. It's very grounded, very fire energy. It's very joyful, so much going on here. I always kind of think of like a wedding in Italy, this kind of feeling of being in like a vineyard, kind of having a big celebration, and the sun is like right at the perfect spot. That's how it feels to me. Now, this coming up for you in your energy, this feels like it could be a little bit of, I'm not really feeling it as a block. There could be a little bit of a block in there, that there's some part of you that's, sort of scared to claim what you want, if that sounded like something that you want for yourself. Or there could be, there could be a little something under there that it feels like too big of a departure. There might be a disbelief or some belief system that you're worthy of that, or something like that in there. But what it really feels like to me is just, hey, tap, tap, tap. Let me tell you what that potential feels like. Let me tell you what I see in your energy, what I see available for you in your energy, that I see something lovely and wonderful and exciting and giggle worthy, and something full of surprises and things that taste too good to be true, and things that feel too good to be true, and just make you feel like, am I the luckiest person in the world? How come I get to have it all? How come you get to have it all? Okay. Boy, I've loved this. This has been such a delight. Should we pull one last card for you? Just like a fun, wild card for you. Let's pull from our big deck, just in your energy. I just want to pull a fun, wild card. Not about love, at all. Just anything for you. Just anything for you on this day that your glorious self is in, and just a little wild card. I pulled the King of Wands again. This is the second time pulling the King of Wands. We pulled the King of Wands from our old trusty deck. My Queen of Wands. So I think right now, what I feel from this is that right now, in your world somewhere, whether this is someone you've actually communicated with or not, but in your world, very close to your energy, I feel like there is something very good. Something that has all the potential. It feels very good. And again, that could be this person we started with. This could be separate energy. Dip into your inner knowing, your intuition. But it's something very close indeed. Perhaps prepare yourself for this. Perhaps clean your house. Get yourself in line. Whatever needs to happen. Whatever changes you need to make. Anything you need to tie up loose ends. Maybe make those changes now. Maybe do those things now. Things might change soon if you're ready for them. Ooh. Oh my goodness. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Also, please like this video. And let's go ahead. There are like so many things I want to drop here. We have the King of Wands twice in a row. We got the World twice in a row. I mean, my goodness, your energy is incredible. That Statue of Liberty stance you're going to be taking in the morning if you want to. Okay, I think that we need to, I think we need to go ahead and pop a little crown and a heart for like royal love, because we've got all this royalty going on. We have the King of Wands, your Queen of Wands self, your Queen of Cups self. We have his, King of Cups self reverse that hopefully you can turn around. Like we have a lot going on. So let's just royal love it. Let's put a little crown and a little heart next to it. Or you can just write claim if you want to claim this, or anything that you really want to. But I also want to hear messages. I love your messages and I read them all. So I would love to hear what you think about all of this, because there is a lot to digest. Oh, I'm sending you so much love, so much light. I'm going to see your precious self again so very soon. Until then, mwah, Mia. Hello, my blue lace agate. So let's go ahead and get you started. So I want to start by looking at their thoughts versus their feelings. And I am going to start in our gold deck. And we're just going to pull some cards for them. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to imagine this person that we're looking into right now. So I want you to imagine their energy, the way that they laugh, they walk, they talk, they move, their facial expressions, any words that come up for you that they've said, anything that's coming from their mental space that you can see written on their face. Now we're going to tap into their feelings as well. So any emotions that maybe you've seen run across their face, just any laughter, anything in there that's coming up for you about this person. Yes. Oh, interesting. Okay. So here we are. So first of all, in their thoughts, we have the Fool. We have the 10 of Cups upright. We have the 6 of Cups upright. We have the 7 of Wands. Now, in our feelings, first of all, I'm pulling from our old trusty deck. I didn't mean to. It got mixed up into our gold deck, but it was meant to happen. We have the Lovers reversed. We also have the Hierophant reversed. We also have the 4 of Swords reversed. And we have the 5 of Wands upright. Lots of good information. Immediately I'm seeing that their mind is, their thought space is definitely like solidly on board. Their thought space is like all about you, and their heart space has some tumultuous energy going on. So their feelings are really having a tough time sort of battling it out together. So first of all, in their thought space, we have the Fool, which is sort of a willingness to like embark on this adventure, to, you know, what may. Let's see what's going to happen, this crazy adventure that we're on. Let's see what's going to happen. We could fall off a cliff. We could be happy ever after. Who knows? But I'm open to the adventure. I'm open to participating. But their mind is not completely lining up with their heart, although they are completely open to participating in their mind. Their heart space does feel conflicted. We're getting a lot of conflicted messages about being completely open to it. Now, in their mind as well, and this is interesting because you probably are feeling a lot of this. One space is, you know, completely open and ready to go, and another space is like probably shutting down emotionally. Now, in their thought space, they think you could be it. They think that you have the potential to be everything, to be their person, to be their soulmate, to walk this path with, that you could end up together, that it could be happy ever after under the rainbow, that things could feel really good, that they could create a feeling of family and home and everything with you. Whether this is a person from the past, a person from the present, if this is, you know, somebody that's, you know, on the peripheral for you, wherever this lands. Now, we also have the Six of Cups popping up here. So mentally, they also really feel so comfortable with you. They feel so comfortable with who you are, the way that you express your feelings and emotions, the way that you communicate that to each other, the way that you just feel familiar. You feel like you've met in another life before. You feel like you are meant to be, that there's an aspect that just feels so known, so understood, so seen. And then we also have the Seven of Wands here. So I'm also feeling like they feel like they've really gotten to a place where they can just sort of hold their ground. They've really accomplished a lot with you already, that they've gotten to a space with you already mentally that is very like solid, that there's a good space that you guys have landed in. And if this even is from something from the past, then this is the way that they're remembering and reminiscing about stuff, that they're mentally in this space. Now, when we get into the feelings, then we start to get the trouble. Then we start to get the mixed signals because we have the Lovers reversed. So this makes me feel like they might really think that they're completely open to it, but there could be a part of their heart that is not completely open to it. There could be a part of their feelings and their emotions that really has put a block on, that has like stopped the train. Like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to jump in that far. I don't know if I want to feel those deep emotions. I don't know if I want to recognize how huge and big and important you could be in my life. I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of intimacy. There's something that comes up and just blocks us. The potential is there for it. The potential is very good with this person. There's really great stuff in this potential, but there's a lot of stopped energy here. And continuing in our stopped energy, we have the Hierophant reversed. So I feel like there's a part of them also that's maybe not willing to learn you. There's a part of them maybe that isn't willing to grow with you. A part of them that's not willing to, see the mistakes, see the things that have gone awry, the things that have hurt themselves, that they've hurt, or the parts of them that have been damaged, or their baggage, or their shadow territory that they're not willing to discover, that they're not willing to be curious about, that they're not willing to find answers on. So there's kind of like this stalled out energy there too. Now, with the Four of Swords reversed, it's interesting because the Four of Swords is a very rest and recovery card. So this is telling us that this person also isn't really willing to let things settle in, let things take the time that they need to take. So even though they have all of this sort of heart space that's not doing the thing that needs to be done, their mind might be pushing them to move faster, even though they're really emotionally not ready to. Even though emotionally what they really need to do is to just take a little breather, take a little rest, take a moment. They might be pushing this thing forward. They might be sort of like pushing you even to push forward, even though they're not as emotionally available as they really need to be or should be or could be. Now, the Five of Wands is telling us that there's a lot of combative energy about this, that there is some fighting going on within them, that there is some, and we're asking about their feelings here, that there is some tumultuous energy around their feelings. They're battling something out within their feeling space that they need to resolve themselves, that they need to get right with, that they need to really figure out and hash out and get to the bottom of. A lot of interesting information, because it feels like there's a lot of potential here, but their heart space feels very closed off. I want to pop back into our gold deck and ask about that. What is closing their heart space off? Why is that being such a difficult problem area? What is blocking this? Why are we getting this sort of like turn the light switch off when it comes to their feelings, whereas their thought space seems to be so ready? So we have the Two of Wands, we have the Five of Swords reversed, and we have Judgment. So these all really make a lot of sense to me. So with the Two of Wands, I'm feeling like they're doing they're sort of like looking back, traveling in time, and they're just sort of they're in this sort of observational, almost detached state where they're not as in their life right now as they could be. They're more sort of being like a little observer, a little bit of a wizard, a grand wizard, just sort of seeing it from, I'm seeing it from my special seat, and sort of seeing how everything is going, and I'm not really participating in it the way that I could. Sort of like that thing of something being good on paper, but it needs to, it's the life, it's the living of it that's the important thing. Then we have the Five of Swords reversed. So this really speaks to me of something that is unresolved pain, that there was some sort of brutality, something that really sliced them open, hurt them, that they felt like they were done wrong to by someone, and it is very unresolved for them. So there's like an unresolved wound, but it's really this like the attachment to the person that inflicted it that is really, I think, sort of clouding things up for them, junking things up, keeping things sort of a little, stagnant and bottled up and bottlenecked. And then we also have the Judgment card. So I'm feeling like this person really needs to make a decision as well. And it would feel so good for them to make a decision. It would feel so joyful and brilliant and wonderful, but they're having a very hard time making that decision. They're having a very hard time actually doing the deciding, getting to that space where they're ready to decide. So I am seeing some definitive blocks here for them. I would like to ask the cards. I want to pull from our pink deck just right away, because the potential does look so lovely off the bat, that I would like to ask if there's anything you can do to help them with these blocks. Just right away, if there's anything in your energy that you can do to help them with these blocks, just to help it all. We know ultimately it's their responsibility. But we have the Three of Swords, we have the Four of Wands, and we have the Knight of Wands reversed. So the Three of Swords is really telling us that there is some heartbreak. There's some heartbreak within you as well. So resolving any unresolved heartbreak that lies in your energy field is going to be important for them to be able to resolve their own wounds. Really, you can do it just for your own satisfaction. This is something that you should take care of anyway, outside of this person. But it is telling me that would help with their blocked energy too, if you wanted to open these gates up and move forward. But you might be having a hard time opening these gates up because you might be living with some real heartbreak of your own. Now we also have the Four of Wands, and this feels like this joyful winning wedding energy. So really letting yourself celebrate where you are, what you've gone through to get where you are, these amazing accomplishments that you've made in your life, in your heart space, and the progress you've made through everything that you've been through. Really letting yourself live in a celebratory state with this person, just feeling like, look what we have done, look where we have come, look at this, letting yourself take joy and pleasure and celebration in the moment, really living in that moment, wanting to sort of dance through that beautiful moment. Then we have the Knight of Wands reversed. So there might be someone in your past that's energy is still hanging around, and you handling that old energy. This would be someone who is really fiery, really probably had a lot of attraction between the two of you. Probably a very fast moving person, boldly sort of moving through your world. Maybe had some commitment issues, and was really not open, was really not fully available to be their fullest self with you. Very purposeful, very competent, probably great with their career, really moving forward, and then probably felt like they just moved right on forward without you. And this person might be somebody that you really need to handle in your energy field, that you might really need to let them offload their energy, and you could do just a little ritual to cut that cord, just letting their energy go. This could be somebody whose energy is sort of creeping back in because they are thinking about you a lot, or they are obsessing about you a lot, or they're about to come back around. Even so really letting go of that would be important for this that we're talking about right here. Let's go ahead. I want to know more about your energy. But before I pop into your energy, I want to look at our old trusty deck, and I just want to see what kind of potential is here for the two of you. I know what we're seeing in their thoughts and their feelings, but I want to see what the real potential is for the two of you, because it does feel like there is a lot of potential. And I want to see what this deck has to say about this potential. Oh, yes. All right, we have two more things popping out for us. Oh boy, we have a lot of cards. So we have the King of Pentacles. I love this already. We have the Seven of Wands, which is the second time we pulled the Seven of Wands. We have that in his energy. We have the Fool. Second time we pulled the Fool. We had that in his energy. It was our very first card for him. In his thoughts, we have the Queen of Swords. Holy moly. We have the Emperor. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There is some good potential here. So first of all, let me just say that if the two of you decided to really move forward and open this up to the fullest potential that it can be, you two would be extremely strong versions of yourself and a fierce power couple. I mean, whoa, you know your own mind. Boy, do you have a knowledge of truth and understanding. You are so smart. You are so together. You got it. You know what you want and you're going after it. And he's got this protector, provider energy that wants to take care of the people in his life, a little bit of a fatherly energy, super successful, pulling it all in. Also, super alpha male energy coming in that's like very masculine, very knowing, has the answers to the questions, is the one you want to go to get the answers. You want their opinion, you want their help, you want their an understanding of what they think to be the right thing, because they usually know the right thing. And they're very winning, very accomplished, really can get the things done that need to get done. And there's a potential for you both to be completely open to this. Like, this is the best thing that's come along for the two of you, that you're both opening up to this as if it is the very first time you were ever falling in love. That it is like, whoa, openness. Like, we might just completely fall off this cliff. This could be the biggest pain of my life because I feel so much emotion going into this. But you're willing to risk that. You're both willing to risk it, willing to go on a grand adventure together. And the Seven of Wands is telling me that, which is, again, the second time that we pulled this, the Seven of Wands is telling me that there's also potential for some real longevity here. So there's a potential for you both to really get to a space where you're really holding your ground. This isn't like backsliding and being like, oh, but I didn't actually know this person at all, or backsliding to like, oh, well, we're not as hot for each other anymore, we're not as interested, or oh, it's getting boring now. You really learn how to maintain the good parts and good aspects of your relationship, that you really learn how to hold your ground in this. I like it so much. Now that we know that the potential is very good. Let's go ahead and dip into your energy because I do want to know what's going on with you and this heartbreak that's popping up in your energy, and really just anything else that we need to know about what's going on in your energy, this person that we saw coming up in your energy. And we were specifically asking about blocks, so I don't want to specifically ask about blocks, but if blocks come up, we are open to seeing that. I just want to see what's coming up for you in love and what we need to know right now. So you with love in concerning this person and what we need to know right now. I'm only pulling 3 cards to get us started. So the first card that we have is the High Priestess. So this tells me that you are a deeply intuitive person. You have a deep wealth of knowledge within you, that you really are the third pillar. We have the pillar, the light and the dark, and the space that's in between the dark, that you understand there's a space between the good and the bad, the good and the bad, and that you're so wise. You have this sage understanding of what is going on around you. There's something mystical about you. There's something that can look into the darkness, look into the ether, and really see what is there, that you have this deep knowing, this deep sense about you. So the Hanged Man so that tells me also that you should trust that intuition. Get very comfortable with that intuition. That will guide you into beautiful and wonderful spaces in your romantic life. We have the Hanged Man popping up, which also tells me that you can play this your own way, that you have a very unique perspective and you are completely okay holding on to your unique vantage point, your own viewpoint, your unique vision, that you really are okay living as an individual, that you don't have to follow the crowd, you don't have to do things the way everyone else does, you don't mind waiting until the time is right. If you feel like you've been waiting forever for this love to happen, you waited on there, really give yourself a stroke of love, that you are the kind of person who can wait until the right things have fallen into place, that the right person is in front of you, that things have come together the right way. Then we also have the Two of Pentacles. So this is telling me that it's possible you might be juggling too many things. And really I'm talking about 2 specific things, 2 particular things, that you might be really juggling your priorities, but that might make it so that you're not getting to your destination as quickly as you could. That you're not really focusing in on the one thing that's the most important, and because you're doing this seesaw, you're doing this up and down, it's taking you much longer to get where you want to go. So if you do want to get to where you want to go faster, I suggest you put down that other priority, pick up the one priority and really run with it and make that a straight line instead of this curved line, that might be happening in your life right now. Ooh, this is fun. Okay, I want to pop into our clarifying deck. So I'm pulling from our white deck, just to get a little clarity on anything that we need here. So what I'd like to know, to get a little clarity on, is any action steps that you need to take right now. Are there any action steps that you need to take right now? We know the heartbreak, so if there are any clarifying things about those specific things that have already been pulled, but I want to know about what action steps you need to be taking to help you to stop from juggling, to help with the heartbreak, to help with the energy of this third person that seems to be hanging around, that Knight of Wands reverse that we had pulled. Okay, so I'm pulling, you know what happens, we just sometimes get more cards than what we thought we were getting. Oh, interesting. Okay, so here we go. We're taking action. We've got the Knight of Wands upright. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we pulled the King of Pentacles, and his energy is the potential. We have the World reversed. We have the Page of Swords reversed. And we have the Sun. So this is giving us some very interesting answers. We have the Knight of Wands upright, first of all. So what I'm feeling is to help you release this person, the Knight of Wands reversed that we pulled earlier, this person whose energy is sort of encroaching on yours, whether it's because they are obsessively thinking about you, thinking about reaching out again, or whether that's because you have not let their energy go and you maybe still sometimes go back and do a little cyber stalking, or you do a little bit of like rehashing and rethinking of old things. This is telling me that really put this person put this person in the get to those space where you just want all the good things for this person. You put them in their rightful seat, that this person is a good person, that they see the good things about them, their good qualities, what they were good at doing. Have that sort of sense of love that surrounds that person so that you can send them on their way. Because if there are negative things that you're holding on to about this person, or things that feel tight and closed off, that's keeping them close to you. But opening it up and sending them off with love, with care for their future, just thinking, oh, you know what, you're a good person, you're not for me. I want King of Pentacles, Emperor, like I want this other energy, but but I see you in your light and I send you off to go find happiness. That sort of feeling. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles, so leaning into your mothering nature. And this tells me as well that you might need to mother yourself. You might need to give yourself the love and care that you need. That, think of this as your future self looking after you, that your future self comes back, your higher state self, your higher mother nature that comes and says, what do you need right now? You need a little love and care. You need a little, pat on the back. You need a pep talk. Do you need to go get your butt moving? Do you need to take a rest and relax? Do you need to give yourself more love and a hot bath? But just really mother yourself. Take a look at yourself through mother eyes. That you want to care for yourself in this motherly way. And how would you do that? What would you do to help yourself in a motherly way? The next thing we have is the world reversed. So the world reversed is telling me that there might be a stagnation in the next transition of your life. And there might also be a feeling that you have stagnated before the next transition of your life, which makes sense to me because we had the Hanged Man reversed for you, and that there might be that feeling. I'm looking for, or Hangman upright, not reverse, or Hangman upright, and so you might have that feeling that like gosh, this took me a while to get here. It took me longer than other people because you're not like other people. You aren't running in the same vision line as other people. You have your own vision for yourself. You're willing to have patience. But that might make you feel like you're in a wrong transition, that you're going into something too late or not at the right time or yada, yada, yada. But those feelings are kind of blocking things from moving forward into a huge life transition. So if you do have any feelings like that, just letting them go, embracing where you are, embracing the part of yourself that let you wait till the timing was right, that let you see things with your own unique perspective to know what feels actually really good for you, what you will accept and what you won't accept. Now we have the Page of Swords reversed. So this is telling me that there might be some divine truth that you're not letting yourself communicate with yourself. Or maybe you're not letting yourself communicate with this person, or maybe you're not letting yourself communicate with the world at large. But there's some part of you that the message isn't getting through. And our swords really get into the intelligence thought space, but it also gets into the truth space of your deep truth. Letting yourself 100% communicate your own deep truth to yourself is going to be very important. But also, if you feel comfortable communicating that to this person, I think is a real open space as well. And then opening that up to the world at large, should you choose, but you don't have to. But I do think this person is worthy of that and that vulnerability. Now, we also have the sun popping up for you. And the sun is telling me that lean into your optimism. Lean into the part of you that feels like anything can happen, everything can happen, everything is working out in my favor, everything is taking me to the place that I want. Everything feels supercharged. But not only does it feel supercharged, but letting yourself just shine the way that you do shine. And there might be a part of you that feels like that shine, that you-ness is too much, that it's too much for other people. And you think the sun doesn't feel like it's too much sometimes. People need sunglasses, people need sunblocks, people need, the sun is powerful. And sure, it could be too much for some people, but this is about just being completely free to be yourself, even if that is too much for some people. Those people, they may not be your people, and that's okay. There are plenty of sun worshipers out there. There are plenty of people who want to go sunbathe and just be in your presence, be around all that you are. Let yourself fully and completely step into your powerhouse self, being the fullness of who you are. Ooh, this is wonderful. I feel like we have so many cards in front of me. I feel like I do just want to pull one or two more cards. Should we pull one or two more cards? I think so. I just want little snippets. I'm gonna pull from our white deck actually again. So what I'd like to ask for here is just guidance from your angels, from above, from whatever you ascribe to, from your guides, your higher self, that mothering nature of yours. I just want a little bit of guidance of what can help you. What can help you? Any guidance that you might not know that you need to ask for. Boy, we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So this is telling me that this is interesting. With the Knight of Pentacles reversed, reminds me so much of our Knight of Wands reversed that we have, and then we pulled the Knight of Wands upright. So this really makes me feel like there might be someone else too from the past, and I don't think this is your person. I really feel like, the person we're talking about isn't some very powerful energy. I mean, big, this is King Emperor energy. It's very big energy. So I don't feel like this is the person that we're asking about. This feels like this could be another person as well, that maybe it's like, this would be someone who's more hidden, that you haven't maybe fully dealt with, and that energy might be stopping things as well, kind of just hidden in there. But it's also not somebody you think about a lot. So this is a much softer entrance. Maybe somebody who didn't hurt you as hard, but also is still lingering around. There is still hurt there that's lingering around. This is someone who is softer, who, does have a very masculine presence, is very good with their routines, shows up in their life, is great at, business and making money, has a lot of really great skills that way. And but things just weren't the right fit. It just wasn't the right fit between you two. It didn't make sense. It wasn't fitting together, and that energy I think needs to be removed as well. Now we also have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So this is telling me that you might actually need to show up for yourself more yourself. So part of that mothering nature that, there's so many different ways to mother, right? We could be very, very soft and indulgent and kind, which is wonderful sometimes. And then there's also sort of the tough love sometimes. And you might need a little bit of the structure. And this isn't even tough love. It's just that it's not indulgence, it's structure, it's routine, it's habit. And that is the best way that you can love on yourself right now, is to give yourself routines and habits that are going to help you invest in yourself, in a relationship that you want to be in the life that you want to create for yourself. What are those things? And I'd like for you to come up with 8 things that you'd like to turn into routines. They can be things you already do, but it's just part of that little list. And it could be, I want to wake up and drink water. I want to nourish my cells with water first thing in the morning. Whatever those 8 things are, I wouldn't make them too hard, because I really want you to follow through on those for yourself, so that you get that feeling of showing up for yourself in that way. So you get the feeling of that you are truly taking care of your own needs, that you're taking care of yourself in a very loving and routine way, that you are showing up for yourself over and over and over again, and investing in yourself, because you are worthy of that investment, and you are very worthy of this investment. I'd love to hear what your investments in yourself are going to be, if you feel comfortable sharing. I'd love to hear about this relationship and this connection. I'd love to know if this resonates with you, if this hits with you. Comment below. I read all the comments. Let's go ahead, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, very important. Please like this video too. And let's go ahead and drop below. Boy, Let's drop something below for that mothering nature that you're going to give to yourself, that mothering love, that you're going to mother yourself a little bit, and find that piece of yourself to give that back to yourself. So let's drop something that represents what represents that sort of mother love. Let's drop maybe let's drop let's just drop a heart for the mother love. Let's do that. I feel like everything, I'm like a baby animal, there's so many things we could play with, but let's just drop a heart, just a lovely heart. Any color that is your favorite color. And if you can't find the heart, you can just write out the word heart and then leave me all the delicious comments that you are thinking and feeling. And I would love to hear them. I'd love to read them. Okay, my blue lace. I love this stone. I think it's a beautiful crystal. Blue lace agate. I am sending you off with so much love, so much light into your day, into your precious, beautiful life. I'm going to see you again so soon. Mwah, Mia.